Good evening. This Friday, October 3rd. It's a lovely evening in Salt Lake City, Utah. Downtown, one of the several parks. Lovely to take a walk in and reflect and share some of my reflections with some of my closest colleagues. It's been a long journey to get to this point, my friends, and a challenging one in so many ways. We will be together face to face in coming weeks and months, and we'll get to share some of those war stories, heal some of the remaining wounds open, and do so swiftly as possible with the monetary cure that is well deserved and certainly well earned. I supply this report in the spirit of being your servant, to be blunt, because when all the books are written about Joe Firmage, not any of them are going to be about how I was in this for myself at the core, but I have been compelled into service. I feel by my very creation, and it's that inner propulsion that all of us are counting upon right now to carry through to a remarkable new epoch in human affairs. And in that conceptual framework, I want to situate yourself, ask you to situate yourself as if you were me for just a bit. And as we walk together here, I will share with you where we're really at, where I'm at, where we are at in terms of the challenges over the next month to be good stewards of this truly once in a planet's history type class of event that we are right in the middle of, and I'm right at the center of, for all the reasons that we can mystify and wonder about how so many interesting facets of my life have led to this. The enduring theme that I think all of us in our closest network of respected friends, colleagues share is that we have sought to serve nature and God in the ways that we are right now. In every waking thought, I'm sure that each in your own way you feel exactly the same sense of synchronicity and timing, and feel the almost dripping, every single event and interaction almost is latent with meaning. And I want to share with you why that's not an accident. And it was the aha moment that I should have seen coming, because you can see it in hindsight for sure. And that is the snap to fit of geometric algebra closures, where the helix of propagation of sensation, of a senson, wraps by that alpha tick. After 137 links to one radius, you have an electron, you have a proton at its inverted core, emanating structure out and experience in. Those words are no longer metaphorical but literal. The senson is literally the simplest expression of the operator version of the word sense. And the 90-degree inverted interior of a helix with its mirror opposite as the closure is literally what it means to remember the flux channels, retune them, remember the family in every atom, indeed in every proton-electron marriage, in every eye of God, without exception, in the universe. So we arrive at this moment in time when to step back out to the practical and the timely, and thus the important, the tactical issues that we confront this month. I am engaged in approximately a dozen serious conversations with institutional capital. By serious I mean of the scale and in the sectors where you would expect and want me to be focused. At the top of the top in aerospace and government circles. Now, the venture capital at the top that supports that. Those conversations are now entering the phase of robust non-disclosure level briefings. Beginning this coming week, those NDAs take a lot of effort to get to the point of execution, and that's where we're at with the first of amongst this dozen or so principal counterparty discussions. Those conversations need to go extremely well, and the first major disclosures will be actually the blueprints and the engineering diagrams, literally the blueprints for the construction and operation of 3 epical technologies: the energy tap, the accelerometer motor inertial propeller, and the gravitational lens, okay, for gravitational field propulsion and force field architecture. Those 3 will be available under non-disclosure to conversants. The first 2 will be available as part of the closing proceedings for a $20 million relationship bound by a letter of intent for an overall $100 million financing, or a larger scale acquisition, should that be contemplated mutually. Those conversations now require my production of those, and I estimate that the weekly budget to do so for my costs here and for Richard's costs combined will be $2,000 a week between us. That does not include my it does not include the vehicle or the securing of a realistic next apartment to get out of the hotel that I'm long-term renting at this time, which will cease to be an option, a desirable option already, but an option soon anyway. So setting those aside as issues we can tackle later, I need to be able to produce these 3D blueprints and produce also video segments that show the those designs in simulated test runs. That is entirely feasible within a small number of business hours or a couple of days each, and I'd like to get those done, the first 2 of the 3 at least, done this weekend to keep ourselves ahead of the curve of closing windows that are afforded to us. I expect to be the lead in the leading of this process, not the venture capitalists till after investment. Then it'll be a roundtable matter of stewardship of these organizations as we recruit CEO on down management teams for each major operation, starting with the academy itself, professionally operating all the way. So I thank you for your time in paying attention to this briefing, and I look forward to the next step. And please do consider me and Bob Richards your employees, in effect, because we are, in terms of the role of service that we're supplying. And I look forward to continuing the conversation as to next steps with my good friend, Mr. Richards. I love you all. Please journal this time and just enjoy some of the productions that I'm going to share with you now that are in the queue. Everything is always in a state of flux in my world, but these are inspiring, and they fulfill the last thing I'll mention before signing off, and that is that they fulfill my sense of responsibility, which has only just begun, to appropriately clothe these scientific discoveries as revelations that they are. After all, what am I but a potentum being with now unknowable geometry, making this kind of revelation from the universe, in behalf of the universe itself, in behalf of Cosmosia, in behalf of God, by any name. So, in that humble but profound spirit, enjoy the productions that I'll be sharing with you, and I look forward to your feedback and constructive advice on their evolution. Love you. My friend, I just wanted to do a special video recording here to acknowledge the receipt of your presentation with Canon parts. I am speechless. It is a masterpiece. In so many degrees, ways, means. So, obviously, I'm impressed. Keep up the incredible work. We have a lot to discuss. I love you all. It's an honor to be with you, my brothers.